So as usual, we should begin with just relaxing ourselves first physically. And also in order for us to be at peace and at happiness, so the along with the body, it's also important that we are our mind is also at peace and at happiness. So therefore should also try to after relaxing oneself physically, then one should look at look within mind to bring about that the same peace and happiness within the mind. So if we check the how the effect, what kind of effect that our mind has on our experience, then we will notice that how that the effect is so great that almost like the moment that if our mind is at peace and mind become very like a calm and it become very clear. So the moment that happens, so it then there's automatically, so this just having a calm mind automatically we'll be able to overcome a lot of like problems or the difficulty within ourselves.
So said she then on a say chipping on Nayana, one then you da check with you. Sonchi there to go do
it is how it's obvious that how if at a time when our mind is calm and is peaceful, then when we have enjoyed that kind of mind, then there's no way that we would even in our interaction with others, we will know whether we will bother or we will cause any harm or disturbance to other people.
Is that they catch much was a leg? The son, children, son, got it. Mando Karina mentions on the day, much than rogue yard. Tashisana machine wrong, yeah. I had a permit, she about and rogue, she about permit, rogue, tongue on the chi, she saw my sister when the name on the chi, pan rogue. Drona, drone, rubities and drona, or Hella Pensa Nuda maybe Tony, Chitin Rosana, Matisha Bushera, young dua, Mother make Kaja make Taza Mobu dua.
So even if we consider in our own realities, or situation of our life, So we are a part, our reality or our life. We are a part of this, like these, communities or the societies, and also when we look at that, and also it is important for everyone to be as a human beings to be living, to be depending, to being depending on some other person, or to being, the befriending, or in having some sort of form of, relationship with other people. These are all important. So as a social being, so we can talk of these kind of relationships. So there are various forms, and then one very common is like the as a opposite sex relationship, man or the woman relationships. So and so therefore in these relationships, so it's very important. We all want. Nobody wants any like a lot of stress in that, or in that relationship, or any like the conflict in that kind of relationship. So therefore, if we think about the main cause that which brings such stresses in the conflict in our relationships.
That's something. That peasant drove by the Carishan drove by Sanduna. Peasant I drew, J. told Thomas and peasant drew the Carishan draw, on the day chain draw. Ra, day chain meant a check. The little chair about the Carishan, sociology, she was my young man, the art and my young man. Yapos my young ass and other rich and what.
So we have to consider the reality, what is the main source of such, which of the such problem, difficulty in our relationship with others. And also we need to consider, if we got to consider the, why is this, the having or building a good relation with other people is so important for one, or what we are looking for in that relationship. And then we are hoping that for more security, of more happiness, more joy, and more pleasure in that relationships. So therefore that is the main reason. So it is something that we have to understand, whether ourselves or the other who are involved in that, in any form of relationship. So that is the finding more, pleasure, more satisfaction. So these are the main objective.
That's something. Is that day chair, the other covering the some tuna, Yapuya. Pension drew nigger, they are there, so the pension tomboyana, they are the young yard. Men and tomboyapo, and they are the order. To be they are telling that's what you wish to yard. Pension tombitini, they are what you wish to go. The river is targeting as one to dinner. Mato, Ra, they are there. Robert Jitchavoyar, the iron with the Senate, Calico Yare. Ra, Otany, Ona, Robert Hacho, Ota Zug Chinese Senate, Tindichani, Yapuyar, Etechani Yapuyar, the iron was that the Calico Sherade. That car, the peasant Tombachi. Jake Sawache, Jake Chombache. Ra. Jin David the other Monday by the Pakatachi, Tinichani, Yapuya, San Tombogi, Jet Cedar, Montibi, the Pakatachi, called Sewachi, Tinichana, yet the Mandawatini, Penson Road, Lord Hella Apushi, gone it, they are pushing and a Choroson Tetosh. The legal there, Pensa Jawa, the 3 Washabala, so the Lord the Shing or the man and a young woman, he said. Is that Lo Shing on their guide, Lo Shing on their Shabala, Mother the same Maria, on the Mandra, she should tell the new Young Made. Pensa Yabu that then Lo Maria Jig, other I could try and let Jig telling other G, Kana, Madeva Chegundua. That's on Tinditona. Just a dish and Lo Shedding on Nebago. Lo Tenny, all Mara, long Yamati, when the Mudo Chetang, other Chi, there's a gold condition, the Pegre, that's on there to a red.
So as we look into the cause of that cause which brings the disharmonies or a conflict in the relationship, or if we look at the, let's say, the causes for which brings harmony and that brings the some true mutual benefits, in the form of more satisfactions, more joy and happiness in the relationships. So when we look into those causes, then we will find, we will know, we have to understand that the more than the external value, external things is more than that, is the causes. We have to recognize there's something cause within ourselves. So, for example, if we talk about the why, the reason why, as we said, the reason why you are involved in some friendship or some relationship with others. So as we say, of course our hope is that from that relationship, so there is more, you secure more stable happiness in your life. And now in that, so one of the qualities, the important qualities that when you look in the other people is not so much the because that you fond of that, if you focus on because that person is wealthy, very wealthy, or has got a plenty of wealth, or if our reason is based on that because the person is very good looking or very attractive, or the person is very smart and has got a lot of qualification or a lot of knowledges. So if we consider all these as the main factors, those external value, of course they may be beneficial, but if they are considered as a main factor, then we will find that this that, or in another word, if we can understand from our own experience that this outer factor doesn't guarantee all what you really look for in the relationship. That is you are looking for something, happiness, more satisfactions. So those external value do not guarantee that. So therefore, we will find that what brings really, the true joys in our friendship and in our relationship is that when there is when we could find some sort of harmony, bring some harmonious atmosphere or some intimacy, close intimacies, and in which there is a true sense of share of like love, feeling of love and care, and compassion towards each other. So when that is there, when there is a very lasting, very steady flow of this love and true sense of care to each others, then this naturally there is a lot of from this kind of friendship, this kind of relationship. So there is naturally there's a lot of benefit. There's a mutual benefit for oneself, and to somehow to being with that, involved in that relationship. There is a you could enjoy some sort of the lasting peace and lasting satisfactions. So so therefore now the we have to talk about now, think about now how to cultivate, how we're going to cultivate this within ourselves, in our mind, how we cultivate the love and a sense of care for other beings. And so when you think on this, then we are talking about the to our own mental attitude, our own state of mind. So therefore the which we have to bring that. So therefore if we think about our mind, and if our mind is always very wild, very distracted and very uncalm, always very agitated, then in that kind of state of mind then it's very difficult to cultivate what we call as this a genuine love and a sense of care towards others. So therefore we have to it is important, it is necessary, it's very important for one to first of all to remove all this very agitated state of mind, and for this, so you will note that the solution is to then engaging in the meditation practice, applying the meditation practice, because it is a meditation practice, and through that we will be able to recognize that, have a more get more closer to those negative the state of minds, very unruly or very destructive and very like a disturbing state of mind, and we recognize those, and then also through engaging in the meditation practice, and then we will be able to slowly overcoming this state of mind.
소소 드네는 소소 가반 넣어놔야지 맨 소반은 가바진 넣어놔요. 소바 뒤에 넣을지 가자 가면 야다서 되세나요. 소바 뒤에 넣어라 내내려 걸 가에 넣어봤대 통으로 맞아 뭐자 뭐가에 넣어봤자니 못해게 근데 가서 제치도 예자 당한테 고자다 저 가서 세시보세 제대로 차 코마라 코콘스 수조가 가래서 가서 세시보야래 세좀보야래 라 제대로 차 야래데 대가서 가서 야부 냐토고야 말 수소고야 말 수모토 봐도 가래서네 제대로 못셔도 내가 제대로 차 수소야 말에 그저 잡아려 가도 제대로 차라는 차도 잡아질려 가도 제대로 차는 라는 대중에는 저러 산도 그래 주천부 싫어 되는데 가까이 살로면 돼와 너 큰저 되가 큰저 잡아서 제대로 차라는 저반 통나요 만대비 너반 통거든요 대도 대지 있잖아 손은 들려서나 다 고자 들리기 지서 만로아 들리잖아 소소 세셔보 세야보 세좀뭐 시대는 소았다 소통도 여기 대개 전부지래서 저러서 내내상도 갈래 상도 저들 손은 야본 거그래 니다 가선 대도도 능도하지 당
So there's no doubt that the if we cultivate if a very a positive and a peaceful state of mind, then there is it has the benefit would like the benefits there at all time, wherever you are, if even the if the if even if you are with others, or like at work or in a societies, wherever you are, there's a because of this, if you have a very calm and positive state of mind, then you would be the even the other people in the society, so they would see you, they could also recognize you as a very as a very gentle and a very like a exemplified person, somebody who's admirable persons, so therefore this is something when we the peace, when the peace and happiness within our mind, so it's something very essential, something very important for us. And so there is, of course, when we look within ourselves, so there is a we do have this already within us. There is a peace and happiness and the calmness is already within ourselves, and so now the caution is not always there, or in another sense we are not, because we are not able to, or we are not making any effort to to safeguard this against any the obstacles, any like adverse situation that we face. So so therefore for example, if we face some unfavorable situations, and as a result of that, if we lose our temper, by getting angry in that situations, then how the moment the anger arises in our mind, hatred arises in our mind, so we lose the peace and happiness within us. And then how with the anger in our mind, and then how even our perspective of what the thing we see out there also changes, even for no reason. Even your close friend might also looks very something that looks very like a negative to you, something very you have a negative perspectives. So so therefore it's when we do that, when we have this negative perspective, it's not that there's something outwardly or on the part of your friend there's something change happened. So it's totally related to your state of mind, and which is under the influence of the such anger. So therefore it is important to give a thought on that how to what we can do to minimize or such the negative state of mind to overtake or overrule our mind, and then as when this happens, then we lose all these the good qualities within our mind.
Shingi Doni Shedek Swa, you think it in do, Shingi Boyaji Gajan, no Shede, Yajin Rokinaja, ten Romadiva. No, Tene, Ola, Shomba, Yija, Kaze, Yajin Roat, no Shede, Yajin Ro Tajere. No geta, Lo Zombo, Lo Yapo, Shide, Kaze, Yajin Roat, Shede, Shede, so Yajin Ro, Ya, compare dog. Shen dog, 10 dog. Is that? Getting son to not. They have it around you are in a son than Ted. No Shedegachene, saw there, no touching your rolling registration. Touching your roll, no Shedetene, and so I said, I didn't roll, Mother in Rosito Gum, I tell about it. Shenam Kovasa, Motas and Yajitoala, Rosimoto Guda. Chumbo Sherandi Shetan Kovasa and Motasa Kanga Yajitona. No, so Shade Ajin Ronaldo, I said, Ajin Romadi. Gaten Ronayo, or there, Rosichum Shera Regulani. Gangi Tongas Remedy. Gangi Tongas Remedy. No, sono Tony. Sono Zombotoni, Shomba Nije Goni, Soso Novitini, Shedek Swade, Yajin Rode, Mado Kangi Lando. Many that that Michigan, that Gali Conrad, Mado Gene, Shiba Sashi Ton again, Matigo. No, Shomba Nije Gona. Then no Vitini, Shedek saw Yajin Rong, there were 10 wrong. That's on Tini, so now. Yabu do art, that's Tini, says on 10 corner Yabuya, they teach their favorite. And so which Shedek saw the Kangalo, Shalama Jaja, the Kanga Tenny on the God was. So given the fact that in terms of our experience in the life, so the most important thing is the feeling, that feeling of like the peace, joy and happiness, which we achieve, which we find. Within ourselves in our life, and so the so we but what brings, if we think about what are the main factor or the main causes to achieve this such a if you like the inner peace and happiness and satisfactions. When we think of this on the main causes, then of course the main causes is not on the level of like the with respect to the material external like material objects. So because if suppose if the external material objects are the true cause of such bringing the mental happiness, satisfaction and joy, then it has to be the case that the more we acquire, more we possess those material objects, so it should automatically we should be finding more satisfaction, more peace and happiness on the level of our life experience. So therefore, which we know from our own experience that which is not necessarily the case. So however, it is on the other hand, we could say that it is necessarily the case that how inwardly if we develop more the positive
state of mind, mental attitudes, such as the feeling of like the love and the compassion towards others, and inwardly we develop more more knowledge and more skills of the life, more good. We develop such qualities, like, if you like, the inner qualities. Then we could say that this would naturally brings more, feels more joy and happiness and satisfaction in our life. So therefore we have to at the same time, when we should also think of not only that the cultivating the certain inner qualities, developing inner qualities. This can be really is a good investment, for true investment for one's own the happiness and satisfaction in one's life. But at the same time, it on one level, so it is something that is within the reach. To achieving that is something within the reach of all of us, of most people, to people with a mind, sensible mind. So we can do that. There's nothing stopping us from cultivating such love and a positive way of thinking. Nothing stopping. Whereas if our really what we call as our security of happiness and the satisfaction is entirely based on the external material value, then we can say that it is not something that everybody can achieve that. Because when we talk of material value, such as if you have to, if our satisfaction, our happiness is really depending on what sort of house we buy or the car that we buy, then as we know, it's not within the reach of the most people, and also for a lot of others, we have to sometimes it will be not that easy to achieve that goal. So however, we have to think that despite this, it also then at the end it is not a guarantee for us to that material development, material progress will guarantee this the satisfaction, give a full fulfillment of one's life. So therefore, from this, when we look from this kind of perspective, then we can realize that not only in terms of that how the quality that we develop within our mind is not only the true cause, but also it is something that which is within our reach, which is something that we all have that potentials to cultivate it.
Solo tetas. Solo tetas da 당에 Tsering 얘기 tellas 와 맞아 solo 맞아 가르 그거야 전에 맞아 자 세서 뭐지 시대는 좋아야 부지 그거야 레스 라 생각도 어야 생각도 레야 레스 이나에 말라비 타시지 그래 말라비 타시지 가르지 서서 세다 다 녀모 잡고 온다 마동와제 제 세지냐서라 대 오늘 로문데스 다 대가 봐 다시 지되는 거자지래 현도지 대시에 송아지
So if we summarize what we discuss here, so we begins with the importance of cultivating a very positive and a calm and a clear state of mind, and which is very because it is the very essential and very important factor to live the life very happily. And then we look into how now like the obstacles or the what kind of it will what kind of what will impeding or what kind of obstacle one from achieving that, or if we already have achieved that, and what kind of the causes by which we will lose that. We will lose those peace and happiness or a positive state of mind. So that is the normally when we lose our mind to the certain negative state of mind, negative thoughts, which we call as mental afflictions. So therefore it is important to in order to maintain a lasting state of peace and happiness within our mind. So it is important to do something to overcome the influence of at least a very strong form of negative thought or mental afflictions. So therefore, this is where the means to be able to do that, to counteract the mental affliction. So is the what we call as is the meditation practice.
me tashi beji chebal de ngado ji de ra de gande she de zhi na gande cheng de nga ha le ge ya ngena mo se denri ge tashi denri ge shira zo mo de wa ye da che mo no de de ji da ha le ya sing ngen de wa me tashi de yun che ja che jo to ne de ne da da mo ji ge ga na no phong ga ro de wa nga ha le ge Then no jangana mal zrte aje ye nende chusa no nong juan chejola pa nganya ba je no jun chejola nga ya bu ji nye ne ba na nye de yong go sai da son te to na ya bu she ra no wa de ne ra ma de ji ba de ji she na ne then no je te ne no tashi ni ge de no ge de ne ja so zo ge je no ge de ne ja lo zo bo 아다 대화 되는 영화도 야지 또 놓아야 돼. 신 주저도 가도 참 매 타신인 거니. 간제 할래야 쓴디와. 대단은 네 대단이 나 알아다. 아 치료는 치 하나 치바로 돼. 토사 치바 되지. 얘네들 바다에 새 내버야 돼. 셔보야 로 내버야 돼. 같은데 새 보고 가래. 알아라도 년년 전부도 알아요. 막년에 이다지 서서 타시고 또네 서서거지 농구 새거 내야돼. 가제 냐토 뭐토. 편도 가제에 뭐야 돼? 알아라지 년년지 야래. 매다나 파 미다잖아요. 야 하고는 와. 런런게 타시 좀 되거든. 세들리데 제소래. 얘네 세들리데 런아샤 드나샤 냐나 셔보데 서서 사신이 제건 누가 있다. 아, 대저로 선도네 야부야 다 고대 잔데.
So we have been saying that how the true peace and happiness that we seek. So it's not necessarily depend on the outer conditions, outer factors. So rather, it more depends on the one's ability to maintain and or to safeguard a very peaceful and a very positive state of mind within ourselves. And so, of course, we always think when we ask this question of is it possible to achieve to such a ability to maintain a positive state of mind all the time, then considering all the normal habits of the mind, then we might think it is very difficult. But however, it is not necessarily difficult, but it's because of it become difficult because of our lack of the effort, putting effort in this regard. Because otherwise, if we think of as a human being, like if we think of the potentials that is within our gifted potentials within human being, as a human being, what kind of like the skills, like gifted skills, knowledge, intelligence, when we think about that, and then it's quite we will find it's quite amazing, the human brain or human mind, so that like when I think of all the various the scientific things, that the technologies, that through technologies, various things that the human have invented, such as like even able to with the aeroplanes we are able to go in the skies. So when you think about that, it's very hard to imagine with somebody. We do not know this idea, knowledge, but obviously this is all come from the knowledge, all come from the human mind. And so likewise, there are, you also study in certain spiritual level. So you can find certain book we say certain practitioners could display certain like a supernatural or like a miracles, powers, and that's also possible, because they do that through able to do this through manipulating the various energy or the very elements within which comprises our human existence, by manipulating and by utilizing these. So it is possible to nothing surprise that to be able to display such supernatural powers. So and then also we can also see how if we observe even the life of some of the like the practitioners, spiritual practitioners of the various other these spiritual denominations, you can see how in their whole life, regardless of their the other achievements, such as how they radiates always some sort of wherever they are, whoever they're with, some sort of peace, serenities and joy, happiness, always radiating that. So that's also coming from the human, our underneath potentials, and so I could also say not that much, but I do have a bit of experience in the spiritual practice, and so from that level, I could also say that there's a bit of the experience of peace and happiness from that I find from my own practice. So therefore, in this way, it is possible that through utilizing or taking or like more like a tapping into other into the underneath human potential in terms of the gifted human skills and the knowledge, that it is possible to achieve a sustain a peace, happiness within ourselves, so that which we could enjoy whatever we are doing, whatever action we are doing, whether we are walking, we are just sitting or sleeping, wherever we are, it is possible to experience that sustained peace and happiness also.
That's something. Take time, son of Jig, and the mother touches on by your odyssey. The son of Jig, it told you, Guardian, and the she, Guardian, and the time, and the younger yard. Gangaji, younger yard. Gangaji yard, then Ganga Tiger, no touching it, and get you jumps or the day you are session. My session and the balloon. The session, the balloons, no tashi, Zuma in Sunny Peshet of Mudia. It tells you. Ganga younger, the Ganga town, the land, no touching his Peshet, Ganga said younger. You tell it. You tell you. Ah, you woman do the machine dead, then take car from Mudia. She should be rather full of Jim of that's ever that's his gem with the direct and it's certainly the Hanga does go to the Jaha goes on, go jay the Pento Utona, the she's on the done.
So, of course, we are not saying here that the we can immediately prevent all the problems in our life. So in fact, it is more likely that in our life, even every now and then, to things to go wrong, and we will face difficulty or face certain problems. So these are all we have to see. This is also inevitable, part of our life, even that the certain problems and difficulties and so forth. So therefore, however, what's important is to again in the face of the difficulties. So in the face of difficulties, important is to inwardly, so we're not losing our determinations, our hope, and the getting by being very discouraged, by these various situations, the difficult situations. Because if we give up and if we lose the hope and just get discouraged, then the problem can really we will then get become depressed, or problem can be overtake us. So however, and so therefore trying to see that the problems are inevitable, but it is important to face it with the great degree of a sense of our hope and the courage to face this. So with this note, we will now do the usual breathing meditations.
That's something. Kangi Hunin, Loju Chombo, Kangi Hun taught soon. Loju Yasho Nada, Kangi Hun taught soon.
So even His Holiness Dalai Lama's quite often make this remark that one of the most important lessons that he learned in the life is during the hardest, during the most difficult part of his life. So as usual, so we're going to do just a short breathing meditations. So everyone start with the just the relaxing your body and making yourself comfortable, and then trying to slowly, overcome all the distracting thoughts, all of the distracting thought, even 100%, and the point is important is to so that they let the mind completely rest within yourself, rest in its by itself in a natural state of the mind. So by overcoming all these thoughts, outgoing thoughts, and then having done this, having brought the mind inward and resting the mind inward, and then you direct the focus or place the mind on the incoming and outgoing breath, and trying to, as much as possible, you make every effort to trying to keep the mind on the incoming and outgoing breath with a single pointed concentrations. Okay, maybe there's a room for one question, so please raise your hand if you have a question. Yeah.
Geshe, when you look at us, do you think we should all join a monastery so we can excel our development?
다 건조 대 상마 갱기 마스 공바 제와 이나로와 건조 상마 다시 공바를 진 잡아지 안에 배대 다 쳐줘로와 토성놈이 제나 약쇼를 베스트 공부도 했어.
네, 다 약쇼를 다 제시를 관리 가운데
Yeah. Maybe that's best, but it's going to be practical. It's very difficult.
네, 걸어가야 부려서 나 되지. 맞아, 야 잡아야서 잡아시게 발로 안내서는 아니 제가 말로 인도 말래.
Yeah, but there are also, remember, there are also many cases where the people join the monastery or nunnery, and then afterward, a lot of them then return back to where they started.
Wife nun, husband and monk, or did the West people, some America, 32 days after nun finished, another man. Husband, monk finished, another woman.
So it's the three children.
I see, listen. I wonder what that is. They're calling on the island. I was all in there. Koala, yet, and tones, and they're calling on the wise. Genji, so my abu goes telling Koiga, then lay Losha, Tenilla, Chabama by Abu, Juna, Tatemotion, Tavatemu, Teman, Tavatemu, Mara, Calicon, and did that.
So the main, like the prerequisite to actually to renounce the world and then to lead like a monastic or a celibate life is the first of all to cultivating what we call as a true sense of renunciations. So that is the renunciation. That is something which you arise initially through developing some sort of a deep sense of like a disgust or remorse towards the worldly existence, worldly pleasures, from this from the depth of your heart, you saw all this the fault of the worldly existence, worldly pleasures, and then with somebody who have experienced or cultivated this strong renunciation, then maybe that may be the way to go. Yeah. Join.
No, never could Kanga Tan send the day. Martin Langamoya, Tying us and that dois. Trouble said the chin room, tying us and that dying at Trouble Mogus, that Geshe like using it, that Kajet Niore. This is still the function lesson.
No.
Cut it the current ending and you like tying send that doising. Then take Kajeles.
So it's got many such stories. So where there are people who, due to some immediate, like a very difficult, some situations, so they really, get so sick of this like a normal life, and then they come to, see to Geshe and say they want to give up and they want to become, they live a celibate life, but in some situation after a week, then they found that they are pregnant.
Then this is changes and ocean, mess.
And another case where there's one woman, she was so determined to become a nun, and she really trying to ask Geshe get his like a blessing or permission to become nun, but Geshe his advice that you should take a time, and there's no rush, and give yourself more time, and really discourage him. And then soon afterwards she came back and she you are right, I decided not to go ahead, and I found a nice man.
True, she said, I now get a good friend. I know the nun. Yeah. That thing I never because of getting out here. That's the thing.
Yes. So there's a lot of things. Not that the straightforward to, or not necessarily we can say that it is the right decision to join monastery.
That's said, Kaja didn't go my so somebody the kitchen would tell that thing on the progress. That then catch a more yard. Quando Jadilla, the Garon called touch, Jadilla, thought Jenny gonna take it and tell Judge saying money.
No. Of course, those people who share or get a secret advice from Geshe by telling all what they decided to do, they were at the time were not lying to him. He knew that they were very honest and really open to them, and on the basis of that they. But then afterwards, the situation changes. So in general, it's the advice that he give to others is best to continue with the spiritual practice, something that you can apply, you can easily apply, such as like working on cultivating and develop loving kindness, for example. So this is something that we all can do, and it is a very profound practice as well. Yes. Whether you're going to become a spiritual person or not is not a matter of you change your wearing, your clothes. Simply change, putting on a robe doesn't mean that you're going to, change, become a different person. So it has to change has to come from the mind.
she chalu jeba, no somba jeba, ni ja. No somba jeba kecho tela sujiga.
So the change we could talk in terms of changing the outer look and also the internal look, the what we transforming internally. So between this, the internal transformation is more important.
Right. Shiro the Zangazo the Gaza, our Chaluja, Copa Jek, Raju Chaluja, it's a dead. So that is red and you can't read.
Okay.
So the sons they have on the finish, you know, they have on the house, you know, they have on the sons they have for it.
But it's a good thought.
Yeah.
And it's definitely true. If all of you, we would all become a good, monk and nun. That's definitely could be the best outcome.
All drawing, I said, no draw Maran Droga, one time all finish it. Maybe Australia, maybe no draw Maran, maybe 30 years ago, 50 years ago, Australia finished it. Yeah,
No.
Yeah, no Maran, no children, everybody, none, all Maran marks. Maybe 50 years ago,
the population.
Yeah, I think it's on the tail. No, remember
So there's the issues about the the gay marriage and all that, and then some particularly some Christians groups, so they think they're against that. So it has something to be the because they probably think it is going to affect the human, the effect on the human population growth. Yeah.
Nobody more come, no candy. Oh, mother, more come here. No mother, nobody come here. Some trophy, but there's no children, definitely finish. No lineage, trophy was just
human race will extinguish.
Yes, children had the lineage coming, no children, no lineage. Yeah, there, trophy was there, life finished, no lineage, Children have the lineage, then come in there all on. Yeah, I got
no. So what did you say?
Leave a few behind to populate.
Few behind?
Yeah, like a few yeah.
Huh?
Like make sure that people like.
Oh yeah. 그 상마 잡아니 뭐 가셔 하고는 샤는 그래서
네 가야 네 거장 많이 지역이
와
해서는 보다 용어 많다
예
저 제선서 제선과 소소 제가 인디펜던트
So how are we going to do, who's going to decide to stay and go? That's a big in the world.
Yeah. 나는 야지 뒤쳐서 야불해서 나게 들이 갈라서 먼저 가는 건데 새 정보도 그건데 나는 팬스 찍지 가도 덤보대 아부 그건데 팬스 찍지 덤보다 셔바는 이제 그 팬스 따투서 야불해 더 저라 보제 되라서 나다 팬스 덤보 용알라 then nongi se maria chi toshi tonke se chindus de on the mando ache ana de on the mando ate go dan da ngi che le la bo chen tin ki che xie so an da che se yang tin
so really the focus of this our tonight's talk so is on to the important on the benefit of cultivating a positive state of mind, and the benefit is a benefit there in in terms of maintaining our harmonious or a good relationship with others, and also we were talking about how the meditation practice, applying meditation practice also very we will find it very effective in terms of to counteract if we face certain the emotional chaos or emotional difficulties, such as like something if we get lose, for example, lose our tempers, or if we generate any negative state of mind, and then we have to do something. If we don't do that, if we don't counteract that, then this can really damage our life and our relationship and our peace, happiness. And so therefore, in order to counteract that, then as much and then to think of the practicing meditations.
True. Love kindness.
Love.
Love kindness.
Yeah, and
also love kindness each in looking. Compassion looking. Compassion there look. Parents love kindness. Compassion looking each day. Very good.
So if we bring the loving kindness and the compassions in our relationship, then this would naturally there would be support and care to each others, and this was then strengthened our intimacy and our relationship.
Charo to good, Tomogan, Tombo good, and gave for the large church. Charo Pavala, Tomogan, Amalai, Tobogan, Charotin, there's a letter, Charago, Marisay, and Tomoyan, she bought it.
So definitely your caution is excellent, very welcome that. But however, normally he always advise people to he doesn't advise people to join monastery by becoming monk or nun. So rather he focus on being being kind to other people, and particularly to kind to those and loving to those who are close to you, your friends, your family, and this is where he's trying to because he understands the importance of the to having someone in a life to rely on. So just as our parents, they have each other. So even for ourselves, it is important, and so therefore the for in a practical sense, so it's the putting effort in this regard, cultivating love and compassion to others is very essential. It's what we needed. And at the same time, of course, sometimes it is inevitable. We face some inevitable problems, such as we face separations from our friends, and then under such, when we face these, then again we have to be able to able to apply our practice to be able to, so that we don't experience a great deal of sufferings and difficulty in confronting such situations as well. Okay, thank you.